Tagaytay is one of the country's most popular tourist destinations and where my favorite Filipino restaurant is situated. I sit down with Tita Gigi, one of the owners of Josephine restaurant, to show me some of their popular dishes, which are just as impressive as the view.
So I'm here at Josephine's. Believe it or not, when people ask me what my favorite restaurant is in all of the Philippines, I say Josephine's in Tagaytay, which I believe, if I'm right, Tita Gigi, that lake is inside the crater, right?
Lake within the lake.
It's pretty amazing. And I just picked some items off the menu that they're known for. Also some new stuff that I've been wanting to try, like the crispy Caracara. But before we talk about the food, Tita, talk about the family history of Josephine's.
Josephine restaurant started 50 years ago, 1966, by my grandparents. Quite by accident. My grandfather is into real estate development, and my grandmother put up a little canteen for the construction workers. And it started from that, and people were encouraging her to put up a restaurant. And so he goes, all right, I'll put up a restaurant here. We started in Kawit. That's where the original site of the first branch.
How long has this location been here?
This particular branch has been here for 21 years.
Tell us about your role in the operations here.
Well, we're a few cousins, a handful of cousins who help out in the business. And I was in the head office, and my other two cousins were assigned here. My other cousin decided to move on.
So you're busier?
I've been here since this particular branch, on and off for a couple years now.
Right.
When we're seated.
Do you ever get a day off?
Oh, of course. A couple of days off.
Tell us about the mutya ng Cavite.
That mutya ng Cavite, which I guess you could translate to the muse of Cavite. It's a cream-based seafood soup. So we have a variety of seafoods like shrimp, squid, fish, and some green lip mussels, yung tahong. That's all mixed in there, and start with the roux, butter and flour. Then we add some milk and the broth of the seafood. We put it in
seafood
there,
stock,
and mix in the seafood.
So do you find that to be one of your best sellers?
Always. Everybody always asks for that. It wasn't one of the original dishes on the menu of my grandmother, but shortly thereafter, it was developed by one of our aunts, together with my father, who was helping my grandfather at that time.
This is one of my favorites, the grilled bangos, because I like the belly, the fatty.
Milkfish or bangos is quite bountiful in Southeast Asia. And in the Philippines, it is the national fish. Because it is notorious for being bonier than other food fish, boneless bangos has become widely popular in the country. With its neutral yet savory flavor, it is very versatile. They can be fried, grilled, stuffed, smoked, ground, and stewed.
So the thing that I've never ordered here before that I was like, I love Caracara and I like crispy pata. How long has the crispy Caracara is what you call it, right?
That's right. Deep fried pork's front legs. We soften it first and, boil it and put some seasoning and stuff. And then when it's completely air dried is then when you can deep fry it. So that's really crispy. Caracara, one of the Filipinos' favorites.
I love it.
Caracara is a Philippine stew made with a thick, savory peanut sauce. It is usually prepared with oxtail, pork hocks, calf's feet, pig's feet, and occasionally offal.
Peanut-based, it's actually, in the history, it's like really a curry. You can use it with oxtail. Here in our restaurant, we also have it with beef and seafood. Aside from the oxtail. My cousin, a few years back, decided to incorporate or to marry our two bestsellers, the Caracara and the crispy pata. And so he dunked the crispy pata into the Caracara sauce.
And of course, Caracara is always eaten with bagoong, which is the shrimp paste.
Yes.
Bagoong is a Philippine condiment made of fermented fish or krill and salt. Preparation and types of bagoong can vary regionally.
So how do you pick the best bagoong to serve at your restaurant?
This bagoong we have here is the shrimp paste. Filipinos, they have that kind of a sweet palate. and it goes
Yeah, like
well.
sweet spaghetti.
In this case, it does complement.
What's something that you would usually lean toward when you're having lunch or dinner
Personally,
here?
myself,
Yes, your
I
favorite.
love sinigang.
Sinigang is a Filipino soup characterized by its sour and savory taste, which usually comes from the tamarind fruit. It is arguably the nation's favorite soup and is eaten with rice.
Yeah, I love anything sinigang, because I like the sourness, and the bite.
Right.
Yeah, and then with the vegetables and any kind of protein, be it, like shrimp or the sinigang na baboy or
Yeah.
ulo ng tanige or ng
Ooh.
salmon.
So do you still get to cook here?
I try to make sure that I spend a lot of time also in the kitchen because we try to develop new things with the new clientele. The millennials they have a new kind of palate. You have to have something new, that will appeal to them.
I'm gonna pick like something
Yeah, where's
off
the
of here.
bagoong?
It'll come, Tita. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Enjoy.